So I'm late to this, but they've announced that they're doing a new Dexter spin-off, one based on the Trinity killer and his origin story. I have to be honest, I think this idea sucks. I really hate it. I don't like it. For me, shows are always at their best when they don't overstay their welcome, and Dexter is well past the point of milking. I think once you start giving spin-off shows to characters that aren't even the main character in the show, you're really diluting the product, and it's a dangerous place to go in my opinion. I mean, you look at Sony's Not Spider-Man verse and how that failed. This is where I see the Dexter universe going, and I understand that Paramount want to milk us for all the subscriptions they can get, but it gets to a point where it's not going to work, and I'm just worried that they're going to ruin this franchise. Original Sin is good, so maybe this will be good. Maybe I'm just very pessimistic, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. I think it's great that they're going to bring John Lithgow back. I'd love to see him voicing the character, but at the same time, are they not just Dexterizing him, if that makes sense? You know, I don't think that the Trinity killer had a voice in his head the way that Dexter does. A dark passenger. I just don't get it. I just don't get where the need for this is. Who's asking for it? It almost feels like fan-made or fan-casted, and I think there's a real potential that this show is going to be really bad. And there is such a thing as overstaying your welcome. When you feel like you've had too much, it's all downhill from there. To me, the only reason Paramount are doing this is because they're desperate for subscriptions, and Dexter, maybe Halo, are the only thing bringing people in. So, I mean, will it be good? I don't know. Probably not. But to be fair, Original Sin is great. I love Original Sin, so maybe I'm being too pessimistic. So I was going to leave it there and make it a short / TikTok, which by the way, you should follow me on. But I watched Classic Ave's video, which I will credit as well, and I have some more thoughts. I want to really touch on this point of Paramount pushing for subscriptions and then using Dexter as a way to do that. You know, I've only subscribed to Paramount so I could watch Original Sin, and I give them their credit where it's due. I do like Original Sin. I'm looking forward to making a video on that. But how much more do I want? I don't know. A lot of people have spoken about Ice Truck Killer spin-off, and I do think that would be interesting. They are opening the door to it with the reference in episode 2, I believe it is, of Dexter. And again, I'd have no problem with that. I'd really enjoy that. But how far can we go with this? Are we going to do a LaGuerta spin-off? Perhaps a Frank Lundy spin-off? I don't know. These just sound a little ridiculous to me. And I get a lot of comments, which, respect to you guys, but some of your ideas, they aren't good, okay? A show is always at its best when a show finishes and you think, I want more of that. You know, people felt that way about Breaking Bad. They wanted more. Shows like The Walking Dead, for example, that are just milk, they are the ones that end up souring, because when you don't have that feeling of wanting more, it's the extreme of having too much of it, and that always ends up in creating a show that's not good. And Dexter suffered from that in the original show. Again, I've said many times, I think they could have made it 4 seasons and it would have been one of the best series of all time. Instead it was 8 seasons, and you know, a lot of people stopped watching after season 4. They lost interest. And you can't exactly say seasons 5 to 8 are great either. You know, I know people enjoy them and there are bits that I do like, but they aren't up to the same quality as the first 4 seasons at all, in my opinion. I'd like to ask you to like the video if you've watched it, especially if you're this far in. Also, remember to subscribe as well. I do like having chill chats on here, and this is something I did want to talk about. Remember to follow me on all my social medias. I've got an Instagram now. We've got a few followers on TikTok, so make sure to follow us there. We're working hard on the channel, and when I say we, I mean me. But we're growing quickly, and I appreciate that. So 500 subscribers by the end of the year? I think so.